There's, there's going to be folks watch this video and think, that poor hillbilly, he needs some help. Maybe we ought to send him some money. And there's going to be some of y'all that really get it. And I'm not telling you as a thing to stick around for the end, but it's going to get really good at the end. I got a few things I'm going to show you. Hope you like this. I loved it. I still love it. I'm getting so far behind on videos. It's a little embarrassing. I have time to shoot videos, not enough time to do the editing and make it happen so y'all can watch them. I appreciate y'all too, because a lot of you guys dig what I do more than I do sometimes. So I need to do another video ahead of this about why. I'll do a real quick explanation if that's possible for me to do. Modern fishing poles don't work well for me in some things, and my videos ever since I first started doing this in 2016, my first videos, I use a lot of old pistol grip rods. A lot. I only have 4 that are usable. I have 2 more modern ugly sticks. I got one over there right now. They're a medium, fairly light rods. I bought them for my daughters a few years ago, and I still use one once in a while. They're not bad, but they're pretty limber for a medium, that has its place too. Now I've got the 2 Falcon pistol grip, 5.5 medium heavies. I was sponsored by Falcon some in the late 90s. And they're really good poles. There's one of those right there too. But they're pretty stiff for medium heavy. So there's techniques that we've forgotten about that pistol grips and short handle rods are better for. Namely top waters and some jerkbait stuff. At least for me, they're better. I fished yesterday, I don't know, probably 45 minutes fishing a bait with a long-handled rod, jerk bait. It kept getting caught up in my jacket, caught up in my sweatshirt. This sweatshirt, actually. My build, maybe, I'm big chest, shorter arms, big round arms, but some things they don't work well for. That's too much information. Let's cut to the chase and talk about what happened. I went to some flea markets. Now, over the years, I've seen some good rods at flea markets, but I had plenty of rods, and I'm going to use all the modern cool stuff. I'm not very bright. I figured it out. So on purpose, well, actually, a couple weeks ago, we went to my wife had bought a hutch. We went to pick it up, and I looked, and they had one decent, couldn't read what it was, decent graphite pistol grip rod with a junky reel for $35, and she wouldn't take the reel off. None of them will. None of them will split stuff. And I just didn't need it that bad. And not too tight. It's just, and not all these rods are going to be perfect. Matter of fact, some of them are going to need work. So anyway, 2 weeks ago, I went down the lake at my marine dealership for something, visit with them. Come back home, didn't have time. I stopped at an antique store. It's not a flea market. I'd figured it's kind of upscale, which we went back into today. It's a very nice place. I go in there, though, and the guy says, howdy, I'm fixing to ask him about rods and reels. I can see it. I'm looking at antiques, beautiful stuff. And look, right at the door, just to my right, and my left, but to my right, there's 4 fishing rods. To my left are some more, the old cork metal handle, more metal reel seat, solid fiberglass, and one metal, true temper metal rod I don't need. I've got enough old stuff like that. Anyway, long story short, I brought 3 of those rods home for $30. Again, they won't take the reels off. Actually, the reels on those 3 rods are right here. A Shakespeare spin cast, whatever. Don't you love it when you find this? A uni-spin reel on a casting rod. Yeah, and this thing works perfect. Maybe it's good. A Shakespeare again. And then one of them had this Shimano Bantam on it, which actually, once I got it freed up, it needs lube. It's got a missing cap right there that was on top, but whatever. I'm not that much into old reels like this one. There's better old reels, and I can't see a date on it. I don't know. Y'all would know. I never used one like that before. But anyway, those are the 3 reels I got. The 3 rods I got. One of them needs a tip. Did I bring it over? Yeah. It's got a broken tip. Not a big deal. Because truthfully, I'm probably going to rewrap a bunch of rods. I have a bunch of rods that need to be worked on anyway. It's a Berkeley Hank Parker. Now, these are 80s, late 80s, early 90s rods. These aren't rolled. It's the only straight handle one I got. Short handle. But they're all through grip, modern. This thing's probably a medium heavy. I got that one. I got this one. Had the Unispin on it. It's also a Berkeley. I can't read it. I thought it was a lightning rod at first. It's not. It's a medium heavy. You can't read it. It's a different model than that one, but it has been awesome. I haven't thrown it very much. It's been an awesome little spinnerbait right now. Yes, that is one of Chris Johnson's spinnerbaits. That's for tomorrow. Look at that. Huh? Tell me, I don't know how to do this. And the one I've used the most so far out of this collection, I used it in a tournament last week with Chris. Caught a bunch of bass on it. Weighed in my biggest fish on it. Is a Daiwa Samurai. Of course, I put my own loose reel on it. It is a medium. I think it says medium. But it is almost, it is almost, these are all 5.5 foot rods too, by the way. It's almost a perfect spook rod. Almost. I am still looking for some of the ones like I used to have. It works a spook well. It makes me remember that I do know how to work a spook. I was thinking I'd forgot how to work one. So that was one time, $30. 3 reels, 3 rods. They need whatever. Tell me I did wrong there. So I think I got a pretty good start at replenishing some rods and reels, doing some things I want to do. But Wednesday this week, took the day off, whatever. Took my wife junking. I mean, she likes that about as much as anything. She's got things she looks for, and she found some of them. My intent was to look for my fishing poles and whatever catches my eye. Now, we went a different direction, and there's really big differences in where these flea markets and antique stores are. We went to another high-dollar antique one down at Lake Ozark. Beautiful stuff. No fishing stuff. Now, they may have had a split bamboo fly rod from 1800s. I don't know. But we went down to Lake of the Ozarks and back up by Truman and had a couple cool things happen. The first place we went to that had something for me, by our third stop, I guess, place never been before. Actually, there's 3 little stores in a row there. I go in and I find this one right away. Another Berkeley. I don't know what deals with Berkeley. Now, this is an older one. No through handle. It's an Outlaw. Again, this one is 5 foot 4 inch. Interesting. Medium action. Of course, it says Trilene on it. 100% graphite. It's a wound element rod. It's got the rough finish. It's kind of like a lightning rod, but not. Anyway, the guides can be pretty good on it. Actually, the wraps look good. This one don't need much. So I'm going to be throwing a little jerkbait on it tomorrow. 5.4. I'll be great around the docks, because that's when I want these shorter rods. The spook rod, so much better around docks. But before I saw that one, I found this one. Still got tape on it. This one I haven't done anything with yet, and I probably didn't need to get this rod at all. But it has this reel on it. What is it? A Rhino. What's a Rhino? It's actually smooth. Whatever. It's a Rhino reel. That's what it had on it. Y'all appreciate this one though. It's a 5.5 foot, medium heavy, so it's like my Falcons probably. It may have a little more tip. Y'all, this one is an all-star. Yeah, look at that. So, again, an mid-late 80s, no through-the-handle reel seat. That's kind of the thing happening in the early 90s. Again, 5.5 foot. Love the cork handle. Select series. I don't remember what All-Star. I've never had All-Stars. I couldn't afford them back in the day. This was a high-dollar rod in 1986, 88. And I've had several guys talk about they have All-Stars. I'm looking forward to this one, too. I think it'd be a great spinnerbait rod. I've run out of time. I was going to put one of my round reels on. I've run out of time. I got other things to do. Anyway, so this rod right here, the Berkeley, $2. Man, that was hard to turn loose of that one. When I gave it a couple bends, nothing cracked on it. The guides look good. $2. That hillbilly needs some help. We need to loan him some money. Come on, y'all. $2. It's perfect. 5.4. I can't wait. This one here, on the other hand, it had $35 on it with that beautiful, wonderful classic reel. I bought the other one, went out the door, and I bought I bought a brand new boat winch for my boat. A brand new one. 1,000-pound boat winch for $35. All of a sudden, I'm spending more money than my wife. I spent more money than my wife did yesterday. Darn it. Brand new boat winch. Put on already that night before last. We used it yesterday. $35. It's $100-something boat winch. I took it back to the truck. I got thinking about this one. Went back in and asked the guy if it's his or consignment. It's consignment. It took about 5 minutes, me and him having a cool discussion about some things, where he's from and whatever, before the guy called back and took $25 for it. With the reel, though. Actually, I'd give him 20 without the reel, but he probably wouldn't do that. I'm getting a collection of reels, by the way. Awesome. So, that's not the end of the story. Is this getting to be too long? I'm having fun. So we go back over here to Truman, to people I know. It's beautiful, antique thrift store and flea market. Beautiful. I've known the gal that owns them for years. And we go in there, and first thing I see is a bunch of fishing rods sticking up back there. I go back, and they're all modern. The prices ain't bad on them, but there are a lot of them with reels, pro cast, stuff I don't know what it is. I'm kind of picky, but I mean good prices. So I walked around and found something, and a lot of fishing lures. We're down to Lake Ozark, there's no fishing base to speak of. And when there are, they got vintage on them, $50. I don't need old baits. I would buy some if the price was right and if it's pretty cool, but I've got boxes of stuff. But I went and looked at something else, talked to the girl about it. My wife comes up and said, "Did you see them rods and reels over there?" I said, "Well, yeah, you see them from across the room." She goes, "They're 50% off." I went, "What? Didn't see that?" Go back, and sign says 50% off everything in this booth. And looking back, they had some cool baits. I spun a couple cogs. I spent 15 minutes there looking through these rods and reels, and there's so many cool things. The Rick Clun cranking rod, a Daiwa cranking rod of the reel, would have been $30. I never even saw that rod before. Big old heavy glass, I think 710. I had to get that one. But anyway, they had no pistol grips, no short grip rods, all modern. But I looked at this one, it was still in a package. Still in a package. Still wrapped. 7.5 foot flipping stick. It's a 6-gill Cypress flipping rod. Beautiful rod. I don't know nothing about them. They had what did they have on it? I paid $42 for it. Yeah, $42.50. They had 85. $42.50 is what I paid for it. Brand new flipping stick. Pretty cool. I got my reel on that one ready to go. Anyway, that's not the best part. Although it's all pretty awesome, pretty cool. Sit back. I'm going to get the best part out now. You guys are going to freak on this one. At least I freaked on it. I love freaking. Okay, so one of the first things I saw in this last flea market was a box inside of a cabinet with a bunch of lures. And this right before my wife told me about the 50% off. I asked about this first. I want this. I can see it's getting away from me. How come this thing was here? Look at this, y'all. You ready for this? See what that says? Now, most y'all, this ain't gonna mean nothing. Okay? What I've got here, this old guy stuff, okay? Brand new in the box. Lowrance 1240A. Brand new. Brand new in the box. Look at that. Got a transducer. Got all of it. Got the switch. $29.99 with 25% off. I'm freaking. I said, "Get that out, please, for me, would you? Susan, set that aside while I go back and check out the 50% off rods I missed a while ago." I'm not good at flea market stuff. So, I'm looking in here, and I thought it had another face with it. At one time, I don't remember Lowrance doing that. And these aren't... these will go to 100 foot of water on settings, on the settings. I have one in my boat now, don't work. It goes 0 to 60 on the original screen. This one says goes to 40 on the first screen. So I thought it had another face in there with it, because some company did that. Oh no. Are y'all ready? 2 of them. 2 complete, brand new Lowrance flashers. 1248 flash. 2 of them. $29.99, 25% off. I can't do the math. What, 22 bucks, whatever. Still freaking. Look at that. I bet you one of these is going to make it in my boat. They're going to make it up on the cabinet. Or maybe Chris Johnson. Maybe I'll give one of them to Chris, because he don't have enough depth finders. Look at that. I got to get transducers figured out. Not a big deal. Brand new with the box. I'm kind of liking this junking at the flea market thing. Which actually we're talking about starting our own flea market here. If a restaurant don't sell, we're talking about doing a flea market. People love it. I'm digging it. So I spent some money, spent more money than my wife, but y'all tell me that ain't a pretty good haul. Is that not? Okay, I got to get back to work. I'm going to get this video up. I got fishing videos to do. Fished yesterday with my buddy. Tough day. I've got the video pre-fishing for the Lake of the Ozarks tournament coming up on 2 weeks ago, and the video with me and Chris fishing. And but I had to share this one with y'all. I don't know how long this went on now. What, 13, 14 minutes, because I can't shut up. Ask Chris. I'm out of here. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all are doing good. I know I am.